Good morning to all. This is Mohammad Jahangir Pasha, guest here in computer science from TTWRDC, main Nagarkund. Today, I am going to discuss about the topic database and database languages or SQL commands. Okay, these are SQL commands. We have DDL, data definition language, DML, data manipulation language, DCL, data control language, and TCL, transaction control language. We are going to discuss these things. So we'll see one by one. First one, database. What is meant by database? So we can define a database as a collection of interrelated data which is used to retrieve, insert, and delete the data efficiently. So it is also used to organize the data in the form of table, schema, views, and reports. So what are the application of database? We have so many applications in the day-to-day life, like banking application, railway reservation system, we have library management system, inventory control system, and so many. So for example, the college database organizes the data about the admin, staff, students, and faculty, etc. So what are the things we can perform using database? We can retrieve, we can insert, we can delete the information. This is the basics about database. Now come to the database management system. Simply DBMS. What is DBMS? It is a software which is used to manage the database. For example, we have so many software like MySQL, Oracle, DB2, Sybase, and so on. So these are very popular commercial database which is used in the different applications. So DBMS provides an interface to perform various applications, various operations like database creation, storing the data in it, updating the data, creating a table in the database, and a lot more. So DBMS also provides the security or protection to the database. In case of multiple users, they also maintain the data consistency. So these are the basic things about the database and database management system. Coming to the database languages or SQL commands. So what is by database language? A DBMS must provide appropriate languages and interfaces for each category of users to express database queries and updates. So database languages are used to create and maintain database on a computer. So what is the query? A query is a question or inquiry about a set of data. We use structured query language, SQL, to retrieve meaningful and relevant information from databases. So we'll see here these languages here. DDL, data definition language. So DDL stands for data definition language. As the name itself says, the definition, defining something. Nothing but here it is used to define database structure or pattern or schema, or we simply say here a template or a skeleton we can say. So it is used to create schema, tables, indexes, constraints, etc. in the database. So using DDL statements, you can create the skeleton of the database, a template you can say, a structure. So data definition language is used to store the information of metadata. Metadata nothing but here data about data. Like the number of tables and schemas, their names, indexes, columns in each table, constraints, etc. So what are the tasks we can perform? You can simply say DDL commands. What are DDL commands we can perform in data definition language? First one is the create. It is used to create objects in the database. It is used to create objects. Objects in the table we have views and so on. So alter. Second one is alter. It is used to alter the structure of the table. Structure table or to structure a database, etc. So alter method here we can alter the structure. For example, we see this all the commands with the help of software also. Third is the drop. It is used to delete objects from the database. Next one is the truncate. It is used to remove all records from the table. So we have small difference between truncate and drop. We will see in practice session. Next one is the rename. It is used to rename an object. Next we have comment. It is used to comment on the data display. So we will see all these commands using the SQL command. So we have installed SQL here. We'll see one by one. So this is SQL. We are connecting to SQL. So connect spelling. So we will see all these commands using some practical session here. So open to the SQL command, connect to the database, connect system, Oracle, connected here. For the first command here we have create. So using create here, what we can do, we can create a user, we can create a table, we can create a view. We'll see the three. First we have to create a user. For example, create user, username is TTWRDC user, and identified by some value here, some password here. So user created. Then we can give permission for the user here, grant and revoke, that we'll see in the data control language. Now we'll see creating a table. We'll create table name, TTWRDC table, and we have some attributes here. We have to give the attributes student ID, for example, student ID as number with some size as 5, student name as varchar2 as 10, and student address as varchar2 again some value here. Table created. After creating a table here, what can do? Create view also. Create a view. Create view. TTWRDC view as view nothing but here we can take the table, contents of the table or some of the columns of the table as view here. Create view, TTWRDC view name as, select the student ID from TTWRDC table. Nothing but we are taking one student ID here. What happened? View also created here. So using create, what we can do? We can create a user. We can create a object here. Nothing but here object, nothing but create a table, create a view, create a user also. After creating this one here, what we can do now? The second command is alter. So we can see the table description also here. DSC TTWRDC table. If you see the table description, what is the name of the table? TTWRDC table, and attributes you have the description. That is the data type. Now we can alter. What is the alter here? It is used to alter the structure of the database. Structure nothing but here we can add new attributes. We can drop the existing attributes also. How can we add new attributes here? Same. Alter table name. Table name is alter table. We have to write the table. Table name is TTWRDC table. Add. For example, I want to add new attribute. So for example, student what? Contact. With attribute name, the data type is here number. Of size is 10. For example. What happened? Table added. You can see the description of the table. If you see the description, new attribute will be added here. Student contact. No. So we can drop the existing attribute also with the help of alter table. Alter table, table name, drop. Drop which attribute I want to drop. For example, student address I want to drop. Student address. Simply table is added. We can see the description here. So student address is dropped here. This you can drop the another attribute also. This is about the alter table. Now we'll see the next command is drop. It is used to delete objects in the table database. We can drop the complete thing here. We'll see the drop later, truncate also later. Now we'll see the rename. Rename table name TTWRDC table with MPCS. I'm simply saying here I'm renaming the table name as MPCS. Rename table to. We have to write a table to this one. Invalid table name. Rename table. So rename TTWRDC table and MPCS. So missing two. So no need to write the table again here. Rename table name. Rename existing table name to new table name. So now we have a description. You see the description here. TTWRDC table here, it will not exist because we have deleted, we have renamed the table. So if you see the description of MPCS, it will exist. This is the renaming of table. This is it here. Next one is the rename command. Rename. Rename. How can we rename here? Rename old table name to new table name. For example, new table name is MPCS. Table rename here. You can see description TTWRDC table. It will not be shown because already we are renaming. So if you see the description of MPCS, it will show the rename here. So renaming the table. Next we have the comment here. Comment nothing but here we have the single line comment and multi line comment. For example, we have comments like single line comment and multi line comment. Single line comment nothing but here. For example, to show this one here, we have to enter some values here. For example, insert some values. Insert into MPCS values. What is the first one is a number 111. Name is AAA. Contact numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For example, these are the values we have inserted. Insert some value, other values here. Some values here. Like after that one here, what you have to do? Comment. Comment nothing but here. So I want to take the value here. Select some. I want to have only student ID value only. From table name is MPCS. Simply. So after this one, we are writing as this is a single line comment. We can take this as a this is MPCS table. If you write this one, so till this, after this one, 3 dots, 3 lines here, this will consider as a comment here, single line. So whatever you write after this one here, it will consider as a comment here. If you like this one, it will give the value. For example, if you do not mention these 3 lines here, what will happen? It will give the error message saying that SQL command not properly entered. So this is one of the comment line you can say here. Okay, this is a single line comment. What are the multi-line comment here? Multi-line comment nothing but a single same. We have multi-line comment like slash star, and we have maintained slash star here. So here we are mentioning double multi-line comments here like slash star. This is this is table. This is multi-line comment and star slash colon. So what will happen? Whatever you write after this one here, this will consider as a comment here. So if you mention without this one, what will happen again? It will be the error. So this is about the multi-line star slash. So this is about the multi-line. We have seen the commands here: create, alter. Now we'll see the drop and truncate. Drop and truncate. We'll see the difference first one. What is the difference between drop and truncate? Drop command. What will happen? It will do drop table name. It deletes the table with its description. With its description also it will delete the contents here. Whereas truncate table name it deletes the contents of the table without its description. So we'll do first truncate, then we'll see the drop. So truncate table. What is the table name is MPCS. What will happen? It will truncate it. So we can see the description also here. Description MPCS. It will exist. The description will exist here. What are the description? What are the attributes we have? We can see the description. Whereas if you drop the table here, what will happen? So before that we have to insert some values here so that we will insert some values here. So that we insert into MPCS some values. You can see some values here. 111 name is AAA. So already we have seen. You can see insert into values. No row select. So we'll see the values here. This is the truncate and drop here. So we'll see first select star from MPCS values. You can see these values. So truncate. What we'll do here? Truncate table MPCS. Or you cannot mention the table name here. No need to write table here. Just truncate MPCS. What happened? So truncate table MPCS. Table truncate. So what will happen now? Truncate table. Truncate table MPCS. What will happen? The values will be truncated. So you can see the values. There are no values in the no row selected. We can have a description, but what will happen? The values are deleted. So before doing that drop here, we have to insert the values again. 1 second, we insert the values here. Insert values. Now, if you see the drop table MPCS, what will happen? Table drop. Now, if you see description of MPCS, it won't exist. That is nothing but a difference between the truncate and drop. Truncate table, it will delete the contents, but it has a description. What is it? It has the skeleton. All the attributes are there and the data are there in the truncate. Whereas the drop method, it will completely delete the objects with its description also. There is a difference with the drop and truncate. These are differences. With this here, we have completed the DDL comments. Okay. Now we will see what is data manipulation language. Okay. So data manipulation language stands for DML. DML stands for data manipulation language. It is used for accessing and manipulating data in a database. It handles user requests. So what are the different DML commands? We have select, insert, update, and delete. First one is select. It is used to retrieve the data from the database. Insert, it is used to insert data in the database into a table. Update is used to update existing data within a table. Delete is used to delete all records from the table. Now you see the data manipulation language. That is DML. DML stands for data manipulation language. It is used for accessing and manipulating data in a database. It handles user requests. So what are the different commands we have in a DML? First one is select, insert, update, and delete. First one is select. It is used to retrieve data from the table or database. Insert, it is used to insert data into the table. Update, it is used to update existing data within a table. Delete is used to delete all records from the table. Again, we'll see this one, all the commands in practical session. So first one we have what? Select. Select, already we have seen this one, select. So select is a simple command, select star from MPC. For example, we do not have any table here. So we have to mention insert values or creating a table. First again, once again, you have to create a table. Create table name. Some we have MPCS, some attribute name here. Student ID with some value, student name, some value, that is data type here, and we have student contact, some number, that is a data type, some size. After that one, we have to insert. So we can see the description of MPCS. Now we have to insert into values. What is the command here? We have select. So before that, we have to insert some values. Insert into values, insert into table name, MPCS values. So what is the student ID here? 111, for example. Name is VAA. Values is contact number. Some again inserting some values with other name. Next, inserting some other value here. Like this. Okay, now we can select. What is the command here? Select command. Select command here. Select. We can have All the attributes you can select, or you can select one by one attribute also. Before this one, we'll see the description. NPCS. No. So select, we can select one attribute at a time from NPCS. If you want to have all the attributes, then you have to select star. Star nothing but all from NPCS. It will have student ID, student names, contact number option. This is the one of the select command. So we have insert command. We have seen insert command. You have seen the insert command also here. Now update command. Update command we use to update existing data in the table. So how to update here? Update table. Update NPCS. Set is a name. Set student name is equal to some value DDDD, where student ID is equal to some 1 1. So this is the update NPCS table. So what will happen? It will update the table. Update table name. Set is the keyword. This is the attribute. This is the value. Where is the condition? This is the attribute again. This is the condition. Where is the condition? Then you can see, you can observe from student ID 111, we have updated the student name as DDD. Before this is student name is AA. Now we have renamed this, updated this one. Student name as a DDD. Contact number is the same thing. So this is the update command. Now we have delete. It is used to delete all the records from the table. Delete command. So delete from EMP. Some example here. Delete from table name. Delete from NPCS. Where, for example, if you want to delete some student ID is equal to some value, then I want to delete complete row also. So one row deleted. You can see the select here, the complete row. So delete. If you want to delete all the records, delete from simply saying NPCS. All the records will be deleted. So 2 rows will be deleted. You can see the description again here, NPCS. It will exist as like a truncate. Truncate table also we have seen the same thing. Delete and truncate. Both the things are same. In the delete here, what we can do, we can delete the row by row also in the delete command. Whereas in the truncate, we can delete all the rows. So this is about the data manipulation language commands, DML commands. Okay. Now you will see the next one, data control language. Data control language, DCL stands for data control language. It is used to retrieve the stored or saved data. The DCL execution is transactional. It also has rollback parameters. For example, we have 2 permissions. Already we have discussed this one. Here are some of the tasks that come under DCL. Grant, it is used to give user access privileges to a database. Revoke, it is used to take back permission from the user. As we have discussed here, after creating a user here, we can give some permission to the user. We can take back the permission from the user also. Grant and revoke. So how can we take the grant and permission here? So we can see some grant permission command. Grant some value. This is a inserting or selecting something on table name NPCS to username. We have to give the username also. So we have to create a user first of all. Create, already you can see the user. Show user to system. So we can create user. Already we have created this one. We'll see. Identified by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing but this already existed here. So create user 1 and for something. So user created. Now we can give the permission. Grant some what are the permission we can give? Some insert permission, comma update permission on which table here? NPCS table. To which user here? TTWRDC user 1. So like grant succeeded. We can give the permission. This is a permission we can give on which table to the which user. So this is grant succeed. Now how can we revoke? Revoke means taking back permission. Revoke. So insert on NPCS table from username. This is revoke succeeded. You can take permission, you can give the permission to the user here on particular things on the different table. This is about the grant and review. That is DCL, data control language. Now we will see the DCL. DCL stands for data control language. As the name suggests, control over some stored data. It has control over the stored or saved data. So DCL is execution is transactional. It also has rollback parameters also. So what are the commands you can perform on the DCL language? That is grant and review. Grant argument, it is used to give user access privileges to a database. It is used to take back permission from the database, that is revoke. So we'll see these two things here with the practice session. So before that, we have to create a user here. Create user something. Create. How to give the permission will also create user, some username, user 10 identified by some password here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the password. So user is created. Now I can give the permission to the user grant. So which permissions here? I want to give some permission on insert, update, and some other permissions. On which table here? MTCS table. So which user here? User 10. Like this, we have to give the permission. Grant is successful. Nothing but we give grant is a permission on which commands here, insert command, update command, on which table here, MTCS table, to which user is user 10. So we can take back the permission here, revoke, with the help of the user command, revoke, insert. Which commands we have to do insert only. Insert on which table here, MTCS table, from which user here, user 10. This is taking the back permission. Revoke. Revoke. Which command we have to take the back the permission here, insert command, on which table, MTCS table, from which user here, user 10. This is the granting and revoking the permission. This is about the grant and revoke permission. This is about DCL, data control language. Now we will see the last one is the transaction control language. TCL is used to run the changes made by the DNS server. So TCL can be grouped into a logical transaction. So what are the commands we can have? We have commit, rollback, and save point. Commit nothing but here it is used to save the transaction on the database. Rollback, the name is itself saying that here it is used to restore the database to original position since the last commit. Last one is save point. So it is used to roll the transaction back to a certain point without rolling back to the entire transaction. So we'll see all these things here with the help of some practices. So initially the things, the data is like this one. So select star from this, the table consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, 6 rows, and student name we have student content. So what we are doing here now, after inserting all this here, we are doing some commits here. Commit. Nothing but here it is commit completed. Now we can see this one. So now what we can do here, we can do some changes here. Delete from MPCS where student ID is equal to some number. So what will happen? 111 row will be deleted. So we can see by selecting this one. So you can see here this row completely deleted. Now here we can do what? Commit, or we can do the rollback also. For example, I have done rollback. What will happen? Rollback. If you do the rollback here, again this row will come back to the original position. So again we will see this. You can see this, the difference here. So we have in the previous session we have the 5 rows only. When you have done the rollback here, what will happen? 1, 2, 3. This first row will come again. So for example, I want to delete this one, and I want to delete one more row. After deleting this row here, I have made this as a save point. Save point is some point here, S1. S1. Save point is created. Now we can do one more thing here, something like 2, 2, 2. Deleting some other row, and we are making this as a save point 2 here. Okay. Now we'll see this one. Select start from this here. We'll see the only 4 rows because we have done 2 deleted. We have deleted 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2 also. Now here we can do the commit. We can do the rollback. What we'll do? We'll do the rollback here. What will happen to the rollback? Rollback complete here. You can see. So all the rows will come here. 1, 1, and 2 will come also. Okay, this is a rollback. What is save point here? For example, I have deleted once again. I have deleted the same thing here. 1, 1, 1, and I have made this as a save point S1. Again, we have deleted the same second row, and I have made this as a save point S2. Now I have done MPCS. We'll do the same MPC. We'll see the description. We'll select here. So 4 rows only there. Now I want to roll back to the some particular save point S2. What will happen? Now you can see the difference here. So roll back 2 here, roll back 2 S2, roll back 2, roll back complete here. Now you can see the select. Now you can observe here what will happen. Select, roll back to S1 for example. Sorry, roll back to S1. Select. Now you can see the select. What will happen here? The second row 2 to 2 is not already deleted, but we have roll back to the S2 point. S2 point where S2 here, S1 till S1 we have deleted, then S2 is there. So this is about the rollback. I think hope you understood the concept here. This is about the save, commit, rollback, and save point.